There are two and only two things you will get from internal site search, two important things. And the first thing you will get is customer intent. This is really, 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 really hard for you to get from your clickstream data, because you have all the clicks and pages and all of that wonderful keyword stuff. But it's really hard for you to understand intent. Why am I here? And I think internal search is great because it shares that intent. The customer is actually coming in and typing the keyword and telling you what they're looking for. The other reason internal site search analysis is very important is to understand the navigational efficiency of your website. Remember, people are entering your website in many different places. If the landing page had the right call to action, the right piece of content, they probably wouldn't need to search. So by analyzing your internal search data, you can actually understand how good the landing pages are. You can understand how good your fancy flyouts are. You can understand how good your header is, your left nav. I don't remember the last time I looked at anything on the homepage of Amazon.com. I landed the site, I search. All that valuable dancing monkeys they have in the middle of the page completely wasted on me. Is that happening on your website? You can do obvious reporting now. I call this obvious reporting. How many people are using the internal site feature on your website? Very important to know, very obvious. Usually it falls between 10 and 25%. A little bit more for Amazon, I'm sure. So first thing you want to know, how many? Is this important? Should I buy the Google search appliance or whatever else Google is selling? The next obvious thing you want to know are what keywords do people search on, right? Here are the top keywords. Here are how many searches. Very important to know. And the next thing you want to know is for a particular term, my favorite, bounce rate. You want to know the entire story. You want to know how many people are searching for it, how many were unique, how many exits. You can PDF this, you can send this to your boss, and you have a complete story. Now you know how many people are using the feature, what are the top search keywords that people are typing into your internal search engine, and you can actually drill down to a particular keyword and understand the complete story. This is the start of the game. It goes up from here. This is not, if you know what are the top 10 internal keyword terms on your website, you've just suited up and come into the stadium. The Super Bowl has not even started. It starts now. It starts by you understanding where people search on your website. So this is a report that is showing where the search feature is being used in terms of the top 10 pages on the website. Now this is very cool, because you could just go to the top 4 or 5 pages, that's pretty big, and you can see what is actually going on in the pages that requires people to search. It's very, very nice. And the thing you can do is this new metric that has been created called search depth. For each of the pages where people search, you can actually measure the number of pages people see after they have done the search. So you can go back and figure out if it is a good thing for your website that people search and then look more, or on your website, this internal search engine stinks, so people go searching. But it allows you to get that data, so you can understand where do people start searching from, and what are they doing after that. Weird stuff. My hypothesis is there's absolutely positively no feature on your website, none, that gets used as much as internal search. Your header, your left nav, footer, main body, promos on the right, none of them will get used 10% of the time. And site search is used probably much more than 10% of the time. That is why this is very, very important for you. But the other thing is the Google Analytics team was very kind to build in the bounce rate feature here as well. You want to know the quality of the search results from your internal search engine. Are they actually giving you visitors relevant data? Here are the terms that are being searched for. these many times, these many people leave from the results page right away. They search, they look at your crappy results, and they're gone. I think I can say crappy after looking at these numbers. Imagine the opportunity lost. Because people came to your website, they went to the trouble of actually looking for specifically why they were there, and approximately 80% of the time, they leave after looking at the results page. So now you know exactly what you need to go fix. You know the key terms, you can go fix them. Exactly the same view, I just applied the standard cut. The other one that I'm a big fan of, I stress this a lot in my book, I'll write about this a lot on my blog, is I love outcomes. If all of you have not created goals in Google Analytics or Omniture, Website Story, whatever you're using, if you've not created goals and if you're not measuring goals, then really just screwing around. Outcomes is the answer to the question, why does your website exist? Not in a PhD thesis, 15 words or less. And the nice thing now is in Google Analytics, for your internal site search, your outcomes are right there. Conversion, e-commerce. So you can actually look and see if you just spend $100,000 buying an internal search box from Indaka or someone else. Was that investment worth it? So you can click on a button and get that. You can say, what is the conversion rate of people who do search internally and those who don't? Now, I actually did not cook up these numbers to make them look dramatic, but these are very dramatic differences. On your website, my hypothesis is this number will be probably close over here. This is a very dramatic difference. It's a great site. I'm sure they love their internal search. This massively beautiful delta. Your website probably it's over here, right? 3 to, and compared to probably 5, 7, 8 points higher if you actually have a good internal search engine. This is how you can get money. You can go tell your CEO, you can go tell your boss, you can go tell them, look, you invested money in the internal search engine. This is exactly how much it's adding to the bottom line. There are very few things you'll do on your site that will have this kind of a dramatic impact. The other nice new feature, I think Brett touched on it just a little bit earlier today, is that increasingly in Google Analytics, you'll see that there is no assumption on how data smart you are or how much we will expect you to be pre-intelligent before you use the data. I really do like this new sort of data navigation feature where we spend hours and hours trying to figure out what are the most interesting questions that you need answers to, and we'll build them right into the reports. So you don't have to know anything about any of this. You don't have to know anything about anything I've shown before. We assume absolutely zero, flat ground, baseline. And yet you can log into the tool, find the question that you need answered, click on it, and find the answer. It's a completely new way of navigating the data. Now, these links go to some of the reports that I've shown you before, but you don't need to dig and hunt and beg to find them in your tool. You simply go in, find the question you need answered, boom.